Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining today's Wide Format Wednesday webinar on how to grow your business with versatile wide format hybrid print technology in a closer look at the new EFI Pro 16H Plus hybrid flatbed roll-fed LED printer. My name is Adriana Gutierrez, and I'm a regional marketing manager here at EFI. I would like to introduce Tomer Ohavi, EFI Senior Director of Product Management, Melissa Baker, an application specialist at the Londonderry, New Hampshire Customer Experience Center. Melissa will be giving the demo of the EFI Pro 16H Plus printer shortly. And our special guest, Linda Fox, owner-partner of Speed Pro Nashville South and owner of an EFI Pro 16H. Linda recently visited our Customer Experience Center in New Hampshire and had the opportunity to see the new Pro 16H Plus in action. To start things off, Tomer will share a short presentation on EFI's production level wide format printer portfolio and some of the key features of the Pro 16H Plus printer. Then he will join Melissa for a live demonstration, followed by a discussion with Linda on Speed Pro Nashville South wide format printing business and how the Pro 16H has been a game changer for its business. We're happy to answer questions during the printer demonstration and at the end of the discussion with Linda, so please send us your questions using the chat. Today's event will be recorded and made available to you all. With that said, Tomer, I will pass it over to you.
Adriana, thank you so much. And everyone, I'm so happy to be here with you today. And thank you for taking the time. Every webinar is a joyful moment for us to host, colleagues, peers, and friends around the globe. My name is Tomer Ohavi. I'm the Senior Director of Product Management out of Londonderry, New Hampshire, our beautiful Customer Experience Center. You might see the 16H Plus behind me, but we have more than a dozen of printers around me surrounding, showing the powerful strength of the EFI different printer portfolios. Thank you for joining me. I'll start with just a little bit of a brief about EFI in an umbrella nutshell, and then we'll dive into the 16H Plus. So as you might see on the slides coming soon, EFI mission was always to transform from analog to digital, right? And we have over 30 printers in our portfolio supporting that, right? Starting with the wide format category, moving to the mid-range, super high speed, and the single pass Nozomi for corrugated and signing display. This allows you to print hybrid materials, hybrid platforms, roll-to-roll dedicated flatbed, textile, and more. So our mission is to allow each one of our customers to fit in his bucket of portfolio and bucket of printers he's interested. If we look on the wide format specifically, 2024 was amazing and an incredible year of refreshing our portfolio. Right, 16H moved to 16H Plus. We'll talk about it today. 30F to 30F Plus. Right, 30H, our winning 10-foot machine. We'll talk about the different variety of what you can do with the hybrid portfolio, and our dedicated roll-to-roll 33R and the 32R Plus. Again, we had some webinars in the last few weeks. We have more coming soon, so join us on Wednesday webinars. 16H Plus. So what was our mission? Very simple. Our mission was to go faster. Our mission was to extend application range and to give you guys the opportunity to cut your cost. That was our mindset. So in the last 3 years since the wide format was launched, we were developing and moving to the next level. 16H Plus, what it includes. We moved to the new Rico Generation 6 heads, allowing us 5 picoliter native droplets. And it's not only about the quality, which is definitely phenomenal and brilliant, but it's also allowing us to reduce the ink we lay down on a square foot. So you cut your cost, and we'll talk about this 15-20% saving in your ink yield. All right. We improved our dot addressability with the linear magnetic drive, allows us to run faster on the carriage. This is how we gain the throughput with the new electronics. We kept all of the good in-breast technology from the 16H to the 16H Plus, and Melissa will show you a little bit more about the enhancement that we've done. And again, continuing to support 4 colors and white in this great platform. In addition to that, it's not only about printers and hats, it's a lot about the ink sets. And one of the things I like about EFI that it's really a one-stop system solution. We manufacture the printers, the software, and the inks. We control everything from the raw material until it's filled into the container. And ideally, what we wanted to achieve is a remarkable and improved ink that's gonna meet our customer needs. So in one hand, we were able to achieve better open time and also keep the same characteristics of superior adhesion, no edge chipping, brilliant color, instant cure LED, and all of this with the Pro Graphics Plus that supports, again, our entire wide format plus inks. I don't think I forgot anything, but you're probably going to see soon the printer running. Again, productivity-wise, as I mentioned, all of this got us to a point that we can say proudly that we are 30% on average, some even more, some in average, faster than the 16H Plus. So we're getting a much faster platform, brilliant colors, saving your TCO, right? But ink yield and efficiency, and we'll talk about multi-layer, we're going to talk about double-side printing, all of the things that are going to make the platforms by the end bring you different type of application to the market. That's about it. So this is a little bit about as a nutshell on the specs. Let's move to the printer and see how it runs. We have beautiful samples to show you around. And again, I want to encourage everyone on the call, please reach out, ask any questions, and we'll definitely take it, me, Melissa, or Linda in our coming session. All right. Let's get it running. Thank you, Melissa. Perfect. Thank you for being with me today. And you were spending a lot of time, on the demo center samples. And let's talk about the 16H Plus.
Perfect. Well, let's do the exciting start and get it printing. There we go. All right. So the 16H Plus has a 65-inch wide bed. And as Tomer was talking about the linear magnetic drive, one of the best upgrades to this, it is a non-consumable part, and it is a lot more accurate than the old system. You are also able to pause a print and restart without there being any noticeable step lines. And you can see the LED lights, the instant cure on and off. So the advantage with that, with the roll to roll, is once it's past the gravity bar in the front, it can wind up. There's no drawing that needs to happen past this bar. It's just ready to be curled and shipped.
So what print mode are we running currently?
Oh, this is distant mode.
Distant mode. Mm-hmm. But and I know it's always difficult to see over a webinar the imaging quality that you can see from our fastest print mode, right? And just getting better the more you go, definitely from distant mode to production to POP and quality, and the quality is amazing. The text is 3-point text, definitely noticeable.
Mm-hmm. Even in distant mode with the 5 picoliter drop, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I can bring you over for a little walkthrough on the carriage. So we have crash bars on the left and right. Those are the red. We have the static ionizing bars to help out with dust on the media to help clean it off. And we have the leading and trailing white with the colors in the middle, helping with prints going from 3 to 5 layers, or just 1. And I can bring you over to the side and show you where we keep the ink. We have the 1-liter bottles down here, along with the filters over here. Easy to change by hand. There's no special key in case somebody takes it and goes on vacation. Not a worry anymore. Maintenance for the carriage is also fairly easy. In the system, you can raise up the carriage, put a little isopropyl alcohol onto a brush and just brush the ionizing bars. A little isopropyl alcohol to go on a lint-free wipe, or if you just wanted to purge the heads, you lift up the carriage. We have the buttons here. Do a quick swipe and you're good to go.
And Melissa, I think one nice thing that thinking, with engineers, everything is very accessible.
Yes.
You have everything with a touch of a hand next to you, right? How is it as an operator for you in not going from one end to another?
It's fantastic considering this is my entry into the printing world. I have not struggled very much with picking it up. I'm not a seasoned pro, so it's been very easy to do.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Yeah, and I can bring you over here. So we have also upgraded the interface, and Fiery is included for the ripping software. And then I'm also going to change it from a roll to a board. So I'll keep walking you around here. And since I'm changing it from a roll to rigid media, I'm going to come over in our little tech closet and we can see our flatbed chamber and our vacuum zones. Ranging from 1 to 4, it also gives you the measurements for how wide these zones are. I'm going to be printing on something much smaller, so I'm going to turn these ones all the way off, but it's easily adjustable. It doesn't have to be fully on, fully off. You want to do it halfway, 75%, whatever your needs are.
So as Melissa mentioned, the printer comes with a full set of roll-to-roll and hybrid capabilities with a front table and of course a rear table for loading.
Yes.
And Fiery is included. So basically, when you open the box, you get everything, and within a few days you're up and running, including training and very easy of use.
Yes. There we go. You guys will probably cut this in the front to save material. I'm just going to do it back here to save time. Pop that up here. Raise the gravity bar. Pop that up. Perfect. Also, no, it won't fall. All right, and I am going to connect the tables in the back, again, which Tomar mentioned are included. Nice and easy, hooking it in, no problem. And what I'm also going to do is drop the fence. There we go. Thank you. And now with the fence dropped,
Tomer, one question the public is asking is what type of media are going through the printer?
Oh, that's a very good question. So on the rigid materials, right, you can print out up to 2 inch, right, almost 5 centimeters, which means that everything from PVC, foam board, corrugated, debonds, I'll show you some example of even a kind of a ceiling application, very, very nice. So anything that you want to imagine up to 65 inches. On roll to roll, the same. Everything that comes on a core, 3-inch core, we can accommodate. Yeah, and definitely you can run it any type of flexible materials, standard PVC, vinyls, even if you go to wall covering, you name it.
perfect. Okay, and for the board, I did line it up against the fence here, which does have a ruler going across. And coming back up to, oh yes, the roll that we were just using down here, easy storage, table goes right above it. So it's very easy to switch back and forth. And now in the system, I'm going to switch it from a roll to a sheet with just the click of a button. There we go. And it is aligned to the right. And I'm going to hit start print. And one of my favorite safety guards in place. It's going to come up with a little pop-up that asks me if I want to measure the height of the media. And I'm going to hit yes. So the carriage will raise up to its 2-inch threshold, come over to an area I predetermined in order to bring down a little step just to kiss the top of the media to find out the height of it before it starts printing.
While that prints, another question that we have is if the Pro 16H Plus can print on textiles like canvas.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Yeah, we'll talk about the application in a second, and I'll show you more examples. So that's a good question. Textile is a big family of materials. So the answer is yes, but there's also a but. You can definitely print on textile materials, backlit application. Imagine it's like a dedicated roll to roll. It's a UV LED. You got the tension bars to support it. You got the vacuum table. So if it comes on a core, if it's flexible, you can print on that. But however, there are some materials that are more stretchable, right? And maybe I would say maybe a different set of skills of printers, which are more roll to roll only. So maybe I would suggest come over, try. We have 2 beautiful customer experience centers, one in the US, one in Italy, supporting global customers. But some of the samples you're going to see behind me, like flags over here and some fence covers, can be printed on a 16H Plus, right? So answer is yes, but always, if there's anything which is more unique, come and do the discovery with us. This is what we would like to support our customers through the journey. So back to Melissa and the theme. I just want to maybe, if you're already here, I'll speak about some applications. And definitely the nice thing that we can do on the 16H, we can run double-side printing very accurately. I have some samples around here. You can print a transparent, plastic glass, everything like that, side A and side B with different images. If you were looking for, again, very high accuracy, it can be also a standard, die bond or anything, or any POP advertisement. Side A, side B can be the same image. You can run a single board, and you can run dual board with a fence mechanism. And I think maybe we can also see the other one coming through. But double-side printing is become, quite of a very basic application, and we thought a lot about making it, with a much better ease of use, also for the software side, using different images and very high registration values.
Excellent. And when the print gets to about 90% done, you're going to see the fence drop down, which allows for semi-continuous printing. So you can load up the next board before the original print has finished.
This is great, and I want to share with you something kind of behind the scenes, right? I'm not sure if you noticed, but when Melissa, started the webinar, she just loaded the media and start printing the push of a button. And this printer was idle probably 2 or 3 hours back in the morning. We just came here 9 a.m. We purged once, preparing for the webinar, and it was idle. It was not printing for like about 2.5 hours. And this is a showcase for you guys that if you have any break, any going off the printer, you can come, push a button, and start printing. So the open time I was talking about is real. It's actually real and giving you the opportunity to better uptime. Running different different jobs around during the shift. It's almost lunchtime, but again, I wanted you to look at the colors. It's amazing. We have gray colors, black colors, also very dark colors. The ability to see also shades if you look on the egg and the crispy text around here. So everything in one image can give you kind of a understanding of the high quality. Let's even look on specific text application. That's amazing. No overspray. Very sharp text. Colors are brilliant. Look at the hand imagery. Just getting better, the technology, right?
Tomer, can you remind the audience what settings Melissa put on the printer?
Settings? Yeah.
Oh, so the sample text here with the hand, that one is in distant, and the food one is outdoor.
And again, sorry. If anyone needs to go to a higher quality, again, I believe knowing our audience, knowing our customers, probably production and POP. And we also added another print mode, the new print mode, which is production, because we had outdoor and we had the POP, and we added one more print mode in the middle that can support different type of files and applications, right? Yeah, and so you can see, and we can share again the speed chart, again the production, which is in 6 pass. The one that we were showing was distance. It was 2 pass, almost 1,000 square feet. 1,000 square feet. That's amazing.
And for the distant print, that one took 32 seconds, which I can see in the system. And then the second print took a minute. And it also has a breakdown of ink usage as well. Not just for total, but it will show you the individual colors that it uses. You can also select multiple jobs, which will show you the total time for it, along with total ink usage.
We have a couple of more questions before we move on to Linda. What type of ink? Can you remind the audience? And the longevity of the outdoor durable applications?
Yeah, great question. So the inks called Pro Graphics Plus inks, UV LED inks, new inks that are compatible with the wide format plus. They are not the same inks as maybe some of our 16H customers are familiar with. The longevity is up to 2 years of outdoor. We have more advanced protocols if you want to reach out for different zones around the globe, because it changed, of course, according to sun radiation and outdoor characteristics, but up to 2 years. The inks are considered to be semi-flexible, right? They are not maybe for thermoforming, right, in a way, but they're about 100%, 110% elongation. So if you have a semi-flexible application, you can definitely be supported with the Pro Graphics Plus inks. 4 colors, CMYK, white as well, right? All manufactured by EFI. Yeah, with our stamp. Again, few more things I want to go through. We talked about flexible materials. We're talking about flags. Definitely, we can print corrugated. If you have small production of corrugated, and corrugated becomes something more personalized, right? Or if you want any sign and display, you can print on corrugated, and just again continue with the cutting and print on UV LED. This is very nice, printing on ceiling panels, right? You can customize anything per, bedroom, offices, beautiful skateboards, right? printing, so as we mentioned, up to 2 inches. You can print any image, customized. So just to simulate, your ideas about what we can do, die bond, right? Wide under on a die bond. And again, more and more applications that you're probably familiar, sign-in display, restaurants, double-side printing, whiting, and maybe we should talk about 5 layers, because some of our 16H customers are familiar with the multi-layer, and one of the things that we had as a feedback is customers want to print more 5 layers. We see it probably on a weekly basis. It's become more predominant application. So yeah, with 16H Plus, you're capable to run up to 5 layers in any sequence that you would like to have, color white, black, white, color, or that one is 5 layers, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which is nice. If you hold it up to the light, nothing's going to come through.
All right, so media side, printing side, different image, right?
Very good for welcome signs going into a store, or thanks, come again soon.
So this is what are the layers sequence?
So we have the color image on the front, and then it does a flood of white, a flood of black, a flood of white, and then the second image.
Beautiful. 5 layers.
Those are my favorite ones.
All right. Any other questions before we have our next part of the sessions with Linda? Any other questions about application, about specifications? Think it over, guys. This is a remarkable machine for rigid, for flexible materials, 5 layers, beautiful outcome, faster, more reliable.
I do have a couple of more questions, unless you want to move to Linda for her testimonial first.
Yep, great. For being with us today. I'm really excited about what you're going to bring to the table and share with the audience. So first of all, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Maybe we can start with just maybe a little bit of introduction about your business, what you do, what customers you serve, just a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so I have no prior print experience. Serendipitously ended up purchasing this March of 2021, and from a prior owner. He had been here for about 10 years and had been hit pretty hard by COVID and was ready to get out. So we stepped in and just tried to figure things out. And at this time, we had a little bit of a clientele, but it had really significantly dipped because of COVID. So we just had to work at bringing up our clientele again. And we do everything from, music industry here, which obviously is heavy here in Music City, Nashville, and large corporations and small businesses.
This is great, and jumping into this industry is it's not something that we see like every day, and it was very inspiring to hear that. When you purchased the business, can you tell us, what print equipment you owned and what type of applications you were supporting?
Yes. So when we initially purchased, there was just an HP Latex 360 here, and it was about 10 years old. So it was faltering a little bit. So shortly after purchasing, we invested in another HP Latex 365 just to maintain consistency in our production as the reliability of the other machine kind of began to decline. And both models, we were able to expand our capabilities just by maintaining consistency. And then we knew we needed to upgrade to something. So it was it's always been a conversation, but it was, the timing and affordability and all of that good stuff.
Right. And you were mentioning water-based technology. Have you evidenced any applications you were able or were not able, and what led you also maybe, to looking to different type of technology like UV LED?
Yeah, we had countless challenges with the equipment, the existing equipment that we had. So to put it as one of my production managers said, the misery of mounting to substrates was time consuming and wasteful. So we knew that we needed to, with that, it just adds labor and material waste and inconsistencies. And so we knew we needed to upgrade.
That's interesting. So if I have to imagine, so you were looking for different type of technology, what was your number one or two first, checks of the box you wanted to achieve? What you wanted to achieve, we're looking for some different technology.
Well, we were primarily looking to enhance our efficiency by being able to direct print, which significantly would reduce ink and material waste and cut down on production time. That was huge for us. And we wanted the capability to be able to direct print to substrates like acrylic, PVC, max metal, and just expand, our high quality print offerings. Additionally, for me, looking at this equipment was environmental advantages. That was kind of the forefront for me. Something that was energy efficient, reduced waste of ink consumption, and the capability of printing on eco-friendly substrates and sustainable materials.
That's very interesting. Just talking about the environmental friendly and the changes, and maybe I mentioned that on our ink side, that the new Pro Graphic Plus inks are more environmentally friendly, reducing some of the components that become a little bit more restricted in the regulation side. I think it's going to come more and more predominant in the next few years.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about the journey, and you said, okay, looking for a new gear, but how do you decide in between a dedicated flatbed to a hybrid to roll? Very interesting from a new business owner. Maybe you can share about your journey about looking around.
Yeah. So funny story. So we had been looking at different flatbeds, and we were talking about it for a very long time, but then we're well down the path of purchasing a different flatbed printer that was non-hybrid. And last minute, I had gone to the Printing United Expo down in Atlanta because it was drivable. Last minute, I hopped in the car and went down there to check out the printer and also a Colex that we were looking at purchasing. And in the meantime, about 6 months prior to that, we had hired on a new employee that came. He had worked, relocated to this area, but had worked for a different Speed Pro, and they had the EFI Pro 16H. So when he got here, and poor guy had to go back to printing and mounting on substrates, he was always hyping up the 16H. And like I said, we were already down the path to purchase a different printer. So I went to the Printing United conference and spent a good bit of time looking at the other piece of equipment. And then at the last minute, decided to walk over to the EFI booth just to check it out. And Liz was there demoing the 30H, and we were chatting, and I was so impressed. I was so impressed and absolutely loved it. I was like, wow, this is really nice. But ultimately, the two key factors that led me to choose the EFI was obviously I had an experienced production team member. And, when you have an experienced person who's already familiar with it, that's kind of a no-brainer. And then the second one was, it was a perfect fit, literally. One of the things that we were going to have to do to bring in the other printer, we were going to have to knock down a wall to get it into our studio. And then we would have to rebuild the wall, and it was going to be kind of a pain. And then I learned that the 16H could literally fit through a regular size door. And that was the game-changing moment, because that became the easy button. And I have zero regrets. It's the best purchase ever made. Yeah,
I'm so happy to hear that. And what you're saying, kind of reflects on our internal discussions when we, design a printer. First of all, to make them operator lovable, we call them. There's nothing better than a good operator ambassador in the market. And the second thing, keep them affordable and compact, for like medium-sized businesses. So I'm happy to hear this feedback from you. That's encouraging. getting the 16H in made you maybe to achieve other application or other, type of markets or clients that you were not able to achieve before?
Yes, absolutely, for sure. I would say it's been a game changer for us, to be honest. And I would say the few standout features that I can highlight is the print quality is exceptional. It's the colors are so vibrant, and it enables us to produce top tier quality products. It's absolutely amazing. And then the efficiency, and that's a huge plus. It allows us to increase our output without sacrificing quality. I mean, the quality is amazing. The hybrid functionality is especially beneficial. It gives us the flexibility to print on both rigid and flexible media. And it's just so versatile, and it's user friendly. The interface is simple. It's a simple setup. The process is easy. We had the training, but one of my guys, like I said, already had experience. He taught the other guy, and it has allowed us to work smarter, not harder, and deliver exceptional results.
I will say that music to our ears. I'm happy. I'm happy that it really assembled into your business smoothly. I'm really interested to hear about one specific campaign you had, or specific example. I know you might have some imagery of this campaign. If you can share, just for the audience to see,
a specific application or issue. We had a client. It's Nashville Stampede. They're professional bull riders. They do an event here in Nashville every summer, and in 2023. We assisted them, and we did some standees, which were printed on 1/2-inch ultra board, and we had to print and mount, and we did 12 of them, both double-sided. And it took us days to do. And so they came back in 2024, and we had the new printer, obviously. And it was totally game changing again. I mean, we were able to print those in a fraction of the time, and they were just so beautiful. And so it enabled us to they kept asking, well, can you do this? Can you do this? So we ended up doing, we did graphics for the elevators. We did floor graphics, both inside and outside. We did wayfinding signage, all kinds of stuff. It ended up being the largest invoice I had ever billed at that time. It was a great job. We loved it. It was so wonderful seeing everything come to fruition and being able to produce it in a few days. It was really amazing. It was just dynamic.
That's great. Yeah. I'm so happy to hear you and see. I see printing on escalators, elevators, rigid, double-side printing, like everything we just talked about. In the reality, this is always. I'm happy to see how we impact businesses. So you visited us here in this beautiful area, few months ago, and you were one of the first franchise to see the 16H Plus. Everything you spoke about was 16H, and now looking at the 16H Plus and giving a little bit of a runtime, can you share what were your observation visiting and looking at the new platform?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, I'd like to thank EFI and Nazdar for hosting me up there. It was an amazing experience. I truly felt inspired there. It was all the different printers, everything. It was so amazing. I love seeing everything up close and get a new perspective on all the capabilities of these machines. It was really amazing. As far as the 16H Plus, it's amazing, because my immediate thought was it's just faster. It's bigger, better, faster. And it's truly impressive how much more efficient and capable it is compared to the previous model. And I think that ours is already amazing, but you made it more amazing, and that's game changing. And, it'll allow people to go, do bigger and better and more quickly. And I think it's an exciting upgrade, and definitely a great improvement to assist anyone in meeting the growing demands and offering that high quality and efficiency. It's amazing.
Yeah, great. I'm so happy you had a good time over here. So it's our little playground,
I loved
it. So last question, maybe, thinking ahead, thinking about what you achieved so far, which is, phenomenal. taking a business which was, in difficulties, growing it up, finding new market, new customers, bring new technology. Whoa. Now looking ahead, maybe, sometime, what's your next step? What different application, printers, technology, when you look as a business, as an owner, looking at your business in the upcoming years?
Yeah, well, so this has already just given us a major advantage in our marketplace, and I'm so thankful for it. Looking forward, I really would love to upgrade to the 30H, hopefully this year, fingers crossed, maybe. And only because I have several clients that we do 8-foot banner for, and I'm currently having to outsource them because, I can only do up to 5 feet on this, or a little more. So, I think it would be beneficial for us to upgrade. We also do a lot of event graphics here. I think ultimately maybe a die sub machine would be lovely to have, but I need to figure out space and all of that good stuff. So we'll see. I can dream big, and I love coming to visit there and getting wonderful ideas.
Yeah, and this is very interesting. Going to this different, similar but different direction. In a 10-foot hybrid and a die sub. This is also how we see the market. The more you grow, you wanna maybe dedicated the capabilities, flexible materials or more textile oriented materials. The more you grow, you have to dedicate them to a specific print technology. And we're here at EFI, not only to sell printers, also to support our customers, how to do what different type of applications, how to rip, how to cut, how to bring this entire ecosystem together. And thank you for being part of this journey. So
you.
No more question on my end, but thank you so much. I really appreciate the talk through. Let's see if there's any questions from the audience for myself, for Linda, Lisa, any one of us. So now, guys, this is your time. Think it through and ask anything on your mind, please.
Yes, so
Adriana,
we have
thank
plenty of questions. So for Linda,
Awesome.
someone is asking if you can talk a little bit about what growth did you see after starting producing with the Pro 16H?
Yes, immediate growth in sales and profit. We actually hit record numbers last summer. Like once our team kind of figured out the full capabilities of it, we hit record sales 3 months in a row last summer. So for us, it's just been game changing. I keep saying that over and over, but I can't say enough how beneficial this has been for our business.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, I think these questions are for either Melissa or Tomer. Can the ink be used for flat trailer wraps with rivets?
Yeah, so for flat trailers, the rigid container wraps with the rivets, it can. Again, as I mentioned, it's semi-flexible, about 110% elongation. If you ask me something over the rivets, I would say maybe. If you go to very stretchable or very, big curves, like, sophisticated, motor jets or something like that, vehicle graphics, I would say maybe. Then you have to go to the more flexible inks. But for the rivets and trucks, I would say definitely yes.
Great. And then continuing with ink, do they integrate well with the cutting machines lights on?
The inks? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. You know what? So you just believe it, right? So yeah, the rip, the inks, everything is highly synchronized. And if anyone want to run a specific material with a 16H plus and run it into a zone, and we do all of type of kind of a evaluation, whether it's a cutting machine, we have a laminator, we have a sublimator for the die sub, so we have everything in house, just to check it out.
It is notable too in the Fiery software, you are able to put in presets. So on our different printers, especially the 16H plus, We do have a setting for the Zund that says if we want the cuts to be in or out, where we want them located. So it's just a drop-down bar to select. Very easy.
Thank you. Awesome.
Great. Can you print metallics like gold and silver? And also, what is the minimum sheet size and roll width you can print?
I'll take the first one. You do the second one. So no metallic inks or any specific, spot colors. I would say, market-wise, there's probably some needs, but we try to focus on the 80%, 90% of the market, but we don't have dedicated inks for metallics or, other spot colors. Yeah. And then the narrow width on roll to roll, I think that was the question.
The minimum sheet size and roll width we can print.
The minimum roll width, probably there's no much of a minimum, right? Because specifically on a hybrid, you load it on the core, just load the media onto the table. I don't see any limitation. I guess no one gonna print a few inches, but if you have a narrow, foot, I think they can go in.
Okay, great.
So answer is no minimum, I guess.
Perfect. Sure. Do you have an approved material list that needs to be used, or will most of the materials work?
Yeah, we do have I would say approved or more recommended. Everything that goes through our demo center and things that we do in our validation over the years, there is kind of a standard list, 100 of materials. Always, if there's something coming new, something new coming into the market, we evaluate. But if it's something on the list, again, it's a very simple process. Check it out with us, and we can just run it through and give you our best feedback.
Perfect. Does the table have an auto feed option, or is the feeding manual?
Auto feed. Can you repeat the question?
Automatic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all manual.
Okay.
On the sheet feed option, can you mount several sheets side by side to maximize the 65-inch width?
Yes, you are able to do 2 boards up.
Okay. That's also going to be supported on the software, on the GUI side, different images, and then you can flip them over if it's double-side printing. So yeah, all of the different varieties of this.
Yes, and setting up the 2 up is just as simple as clicking a box in the system.
Does Fiery integrate with Caldera Prime Center software?
So that's a good question. So generally speaking, all of our print engine can be connected to any other RIP solution. You were talking about Caldera, but some other RIPs in the market can be connected to the 16H Plus. I'm not sure I'm familiar specifically with the specific model, but if it's supported by the RIP manufacturer, it will be supported by us. But I just want to be a little bit cautious about this specific feature, which I'm not familiar. I can take it offline and answer about that one. But generally speaking, every feature by other RIP manufacturer can be supported. We as EFI, our home RIP is Fiery.
Perfect. Is there a media weight limit for the printer conveyor belt?
Ooh, good question.
Media width limit? I think it's
weight.
Weight. Kudos for the guy that was asking this question. He got us off guard. I don't know. I'll have to check. Probably, I'll tell you what I do know. We're running here, even like doors or like big stuff and heavier stuff. I would say that, quite of heavy stuff, heavy boards, like the die bond or very thick materials. I haven't seen anything which can go through, but I have to figure out the number. There's a number probably behind that. So I'll be happy to get back to the person who mentioned that.
Sounds good.
I'm fairly confident it's north of 150.
North of 150
pounds.
Pounds. Yeah.
Fairly confident.
Yep.
Thank you, Melissa. What is the finish, gloss or flat?
Flat.
Okay.
I would say that it's flat. Yeah, but probably if anyone want to try to tweak a little bit with a UV LED, energy lamp, you can do for 10%, 20%, 80%. There's a little bit of flexibility to run more glossy material, a glossy finish. But yeah, generally it's more flat and matte finish.
We do have dye bond that we printed on here with a white background. So although it's not glossy, it does kind of give the metallic standout.
Right. How do you keep lighter material side from curling with the conveyor system?
Oh, we have the 2 gravity bars that really help smooth everything out, along with running the vacuums at 100%.
Awesome. Yeah. So you're saying 100% vacuum, just maximum vacuum and the gravity bar.
Yes.
And we have one in the back and one in the front.
Yes.
All right. Awesome.
Very, very helpful. We've gotten some warped material recently, so.
First-hand experience. Yep.
Yes.
Great. So I think those were the questions that we had for today.
Beautiful. So I'll take again before, Adriana will wrap up. Guys, we're here to support you, really. Customer Experience Center, work with your channel partners, managers, sales. Me as a product manager, happy to reach out. You can reach out to me anytime. And really, thank you for taking the time. And Linda, thank you so much, for your kind words and beautiful testimonial. For being with us today.
Thank you.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so just to wrap up, we would like to invite you all to join us for the next EFI Wide Format Wednesday, which will teach you and you will learn how to accelerate your business growth with the new EFI Pro 30F Plus flatbed printer. The webinar will be on the 26th of February at this same time. So just follow us on social media for the registration link, and we hope to see you there. And if you have any additional questions, here is Tomer's email address. Any things that maybe we didn't cover, anything that you want to a little bit more information on, or even if you would like to come to our Customer Experience Center in New Hampshire, if you would like a private demo with your own files, with your own material, you can either reach out to Tomer or to info@efi.com. Thank you for joining us today. Linda, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure having you as our guest speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Appreciate it.